Roofing company owners, if you're doing over 1 million in sales and you want to scale past 30 million, maybe even 100 million, you're in the right spot. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that today, all without having all of the hassles from micromanaging people or the daily overwhelm and just having to hustle so hard. There's an easier way, and I'm going to show you my Scale for Success blueprint in this call. And if you stay till the end, I'm going to give you a free gift. So, what we're going to cover today. First, who this is for. So, why choose me? Why I'm Dr. Jessica. I'm going to explain some of my credentials, why choose us, and why are we even qualified to be able to tell you how to run your business. Who we've helped and their results. I'm going to go through my entire process for helping companies break through different barriers. I'm going to talk about the different business stages and the problems that occur at each stage. And then I'm going to show you how to scale using my formula. I have a proven formula that I've implemented in over 80 companies, and I'm going to break it down and show you exactly how it works. I'm not going to hold anything back. So, who this is for? This is for roofing companies that if you're making over 1 million and you're struggling to scale, this is for you. So if you're frustrated with high employee turnover, if you're struggling to retain top talent, maybe you're overwhelmed with the day-to-day operations, maybe you have scaled but you're doing everything yourself. Maybe you need teams that they need more structure and org charts and operations and HR. And if you're struggling to like track your KPIs and really be able to manage and organize your business, maybe you've grown and the production department needs more structure. Maybe you're not collecting revenue. Whatever that issue is in the operations, we have a solution to be able to fix that. And maybe you're looking to sell the company. We work with a lot of companies looking to sell. And how can we really maximize the multiplier for your company and get the highest dollar value? Because all of this really comes down whether you're going to pass the company on, whether you're going to scale the company, whether you're going to sell the company. It comes down to one thing: is the company manageable and does it have repeatable systems? A little bit about me. I'm Dr. Jessica. I have a PhD in organizational psychology. I went to Clemson, but that's not what makes me qualified. What makes me qualified is our track record of success that I've worked with over 80 contractors, most of which are in roofing, about 75 plus contractors in the roofing space. I've been part of our own company that went through a sale, which is Music City Roofers. We're a $22 million operation out of Nashville. I've gone through all the pain and struggle with my family's business and really know firsthand what to avoid. And then just my love for contractors. I have 5 brothers, all in the trades, and I really couldn't imagine doing anything else. And then looking at the results, like recruiting over 400 sales reps, increasing our clients' revenue as in total around 312 million almost, and just really having a strong track record in the industry. So that's why I choose us. Some of our clients, these are some of my favorite clients. I'm thinking like Near Me Roofing. They're out of Texarkana. We were able to hire and train a sales team, really get the leadership team on the same page. And when you have multiple owners, being able to facilitate those hard conversations sometimes. With Brookins Construction, we were able to revamp their sales hiring process, bring in new management, as well as in the production department with Texas Vets. We were able to write their mission, vision, values, revamp their HR systems. With Rankin Roofing, they're a brand new company and able to scale from 1 to 3 million in that first year. Just incredible results there. With Arnold Roofing, they're a big commercial company. We worked with them for almost a year and top to bottom had amazing results. We were able to bring on a new sales manager. With that sales manager, we recruited 6 reps. With those 6 reps, they sold 1 million in 6 weeks, and all without even a storm hitting. So really just having repeatable systems. In Batterby Roofing, we were able to sell their company for top dollar. Hometown Restoration opened multiple locations. With Fraser Roofing, revamp their recruiting process. And these are just some of the amazing examples that of companies that have followed our system. So what is the system? How do we do it? Let's dig into that. So this system is really defined for somebody who wants to scale their business. If you're looking to scale and you want to invest in your company, then this is the solution for you. So we've implemented this solution in over $100 million roofing companies. So we work with several PE firms with locations all across the country, and this is the process we've used. So this is why we call it the $100 million roofing formula, because we have literally implemented it into several $100 million plus roofing companies. But no matter where you're at as far as business growth, we have a solution for you. So let's start at the top, your sales structure. And the sales structure, we focus on this first because without sales, it doesn't really matter about delivery, operations, collections. We first need to focus on bringing revenue in the door. And let's face it, roofing companies are sales and marketing organizations. So this is where we need to start. This is your foundation. So having things like your written standards of excellence, understanding what is the even job description or job duties that we want our reps to have, and looking at your commission structure. Depending on those job duties, we need to pay them accordingly. So I have knowledge I've done this with over 60 roofing companies. And developing the commission structure does not look the same for any roofing company. So your commission, your bonus, incentives, really designing that for when it works for you. So your career development path, how are we going to retain salespeople over time? How are we going to promote them into management? How do we hold people accountable every week? This is super important. And so we're going to be looking at one-on-one accountability meetings every week and the KPIs that we need to track for success, whether if you're in insurance, like the number of doors knocked, or it could be in retail, like your closing percentage to estimates to closing, really looking at those KPIs that are important for your company and running effective sales meetings. We call that your sales structure. Then we move on to sales recruiting. So now that we know what we want, we can actually go and recruit and find the right people. And so we give you every job ad for the company, not just sales. We open this up for every position. We've recruited over 400 people into the roofing industry. So we have 20 key job ads that we give you that we've already polished and we've tested out. So pre-screening guide, all the interview questions, your new hire paperwork, and we actually are recruiting somebody with you. So not only do we give you the system, we're guaranteeing that we're going to hire a person with you and give you a repeatable process at the same time. And no other consulting firm is doing that. And with sales training, this is where we've got great reps, but if we don't train them in that first month, what you're looking at is 70% turnover for sales reps in the first month without proper onboarding. So this is where we come in. We have a system that's designed for your sales reps to sell a job within the first 2 weeks. If they sell that job within the first 2 weeks, that turnover rate goes extremely down to almost 20%. So everything in our training program, our training manual, our digital training system, our PowerPoint, the facilitator guide to teach you almost like a train the trainer system, all of that is in our sales training package. That's phase one. Now that we have our sales department down, let's move on into our strategic planning phase. So when we're looking at strategic planning, we're looking at your long-term goals. What do we want to accomplish? Your 1 year action planning. Each quarter, I want to break it down into, we call it quarterly rocks, very similar to EOS, but tailored to roofing. What do we want to accomplish each quarter, and what does success look like? Your mission and vision statements, getting really clear on that, because as you grow, you want a very clear vision for your team and a very clear mission for your customers. So I write those for you. And then also a SWOT analysis. So looking at what's going great, not so great, and where are our opportunities for the following year. With the company structure, this is one of my favorite things to do. And we've done this in, I think, 42 roofing companies. And so we're writing the job descriptions. And the way that we're doing that is we are interviewing everyone on your team, because what you think your employees do and what your employees think they do are not always the same thing. So we have a great documentation process where I'm looking at the percentage of time, the qualifications, the overall job duties, and the KPIs, and how we can hold each position accountable. And I do that for you. So a workforce plan of the projection. So if you're at 10 million and we want to grow to 15 to 20 million, just like RoofX, which is one of our companies, then we need a plan. So once you have the increased sales, we're going to have increased production and operations. But how do we find the person? What's the right seat, the right personality characteristics, the pay? All of those questions we're going to answer and have a great company structure for as you grow and reach each milestone, what your company needs to look like. And having your team culture. So everything we've talked about has been from the head, but this team culture is from the heart. And that means really defining your core values, where I write your core values for you. I've written over 435 core value statements. I actually calculated that out last week because I was like, wow, this is so many. And places like Visionary Construction and Arnold Roofing and Magnum Roofing, like really getting into the heart of the company so that you can communicate that to your employees. And that's really how you build a strong team with retention, is having a value-based organization. And how we can bring that to life is through a culture plan. That's phase 2. And phase 3, this is for larger organizations over 5 million. And we're looking at things like optimizing your SOPs. So, an SOP, I want to know your entire customer journey from when a lead comes in to how we're selling the job, producing the job, collecting the job, getting that final review, the entire customer journey. And I write the SOPs based on how a customer would interface with your company, because roofing is a very customer focused organization. So having a flawless customer experience, and that's what we base our SOPs around. We also are creating checklists for production and for sales, and creating documentation top to bottom for every position within the company. And this is invaluable if you are looking to scale or sell. We need a repeatable system, and we need it accurately documented, and we are experts at that. With your digital training, this is how you bring your systems to life. Just because you have something documented doesn't mean it's followed. We actually have to train our people. And so me and my team, we come out, we are filming for 3 days. We're documenting all your systems and processes in a virtual training library. And this is super cool. We have quizzes, we have games, we are slaying dragons, and you're milking cows, and you're feeding chickens, and really bringing that training material to life in an engaging platform. And having your training digitally saves you so much time. It's all about being repeatable. And as you scale, you definitely want as much time as possible. Your HR system top to bottom. I'm going to audit your HR processes. I'm going to give you a performance management system. I'm going to write the employee handbook that's very specific to your state, all of your new hire paperwork, all of your termination documents, disciplinary action, everything you're going to need to effectively manage employees and make sure that you're protecting your assets. And finally, leadership development. So what does this mean? Leadership development oftentimes comes through me coaching you every single week as we work together. And depending on the package, I'll be with you for a whole year. So that's a lot of coaching, a lot of meetings where I'm holding you accountable. And then we also run leadership academies. And leadership academies is really designed for, as you've grown and you've brought on more people, a new level of leadership is needed. So we teach your managers how to hold people accountable. We teach everything from safety to recruiting to effective communication to disc workshops. We have a whole process for developing future leaders. And that's what we call the Scale for Success blueprint, that is applicable no matter how large or small your organization is. But you do need to be making a 1 million, and you do need the time, at least an hour a week, to invest with me and my team, and the capital to grow. So at this point, you really have a couple choices. So you can stay the same, do exactly what you're doing, just beating your head against the wall, facing burnout, not achieving the growth that you want, feeling that overwhelm. Or you can choose to invest. You can choose to not just grow the company, but scale the company, grow top line revenue, and ensure that we have a great net profit at the end of the year. We have consistency. We are strategic in everything we're doing and reducing the headaches. So you can have it all. You can have more time and you can have more money if you have the right plan in place. So you get to choose path A or path B. Do it yourself or do it with a team of experts. And I really invite you to schedule this strategy call. You've made it to the end of this video, and so you're obviously motivated to be here. And I would love to talk with you. And I usually charge to do our strategy calls. We have an hourly rate. I charge to speak, but I really am focused on helping at least 5 contractors in the next 2 weeks. So I really encourage you, if you are motivated, if you have be able to invest the money and the resources and the time in this project. It's not an overwhelming investment, but if you do have the time and capacity to do that, I really encourage you to book a call with me. to schedule that call. Let's really scale your company. I'd love to help you. I'd love to be that resource for you. So click the link below or use the QR code, and I look forward to talking with you.